Wednesday. On the bus ride to school, I took Roderick's paper out of my bag. But I took one look at it and knew something was seriously wrong. First of all, the poem wasn't typed out. It was in Roderick's own handwriting. That's when it hit me. Dad only started doing Roderick's papers for him once he got to high school, so that meant this paper was Roderick's own work. I started reading Roderick's paper to see if I could still use it. But apparently, Roderick was even worse about doing his research than me. 100 Years Ago by Roderick Heffley. Sometimes I sit and wonder about stuff I don't know, like what the heck the Earth was like 100 years ago. Did cavemen ride on dinosaurs? Did flowers even grow? Well, we could guess, but that was back 100 years ago. I wish they built a time machine, and they picked me to go, to check out what the scene was like 100 years ago. Did giant spiders rule the earth? Were deserts filled with snow? I wonder what the story was 100 years ago. At the bottom, the teacher wrote, F. See me. I guess I learned my lesson about buying a paper off someone. Or at least off of Roderick. When third period rolled around, I didn't have anything to turn in to Mr. Huff. I guess that means I'll be taking summer school for history. And my day got a whole lot worse after that. When I got home from school, Mom was waiting for me at the front door. You know that stack of bills I paid Roderick with? Well, he tried to cash them all in at once to get money for a used motorcycle. I'm sure Mom knew something was fishy, since Roderick has never earned a single mom buck on his own. Roderick told Mom where he got the money, and she dug around my room until she found my stash under the mattress. Mom knew she never put $100,000 into circulation, so she confiscated all my cash, even the ones I earned for real. I guess that's the end of the Mom Bucks program. To be honest with you, I'm kind of relieved. Sleeping on that pile of cash every night was really stressing me out. Mom was mad that I tried to put one over on her like that, so she gave me a punishment. But I got that out of the way before dinner, by making Rowley help me clean out the garage. Thursday. Today was Thanksgiving, and it started off like it always does, with Aunt Loretta showing up 2 hours early. Mom always makes me and Roderick entertain Aunt Loretta, and that means talk to her until the rest of the family shows up. The biggest fights me and Roderick have ever had were over who has to greet her first. The rest of the family started trickling in around 11 o'clock. Dad's brother, Uncle Joe, and his kids were the last ones to show up around 12:30. Uncle Joe's kids all called Dad the same thing, Aunt Frank. Mom thinks it's really cute, but Dad swears that Uncle Joe tells his kids to do it on purpose. Things are pretty tense between Dad and Uncle Joe, because Dad is still mad at Uncle Joe for something he did last Thanksgiving. Back then, Manny had just started potty training, and he was doing pretty good. In fact, he was probably about 2 weeks from being out of diapers. But Uncle Joe said something to Manny that changed everything. Better look out for the potty monster, little fella. It was 6 months before Manny would even step foot in the bathroom again. Every time Dad changed a dirty diaper after that, I heard him cursing Uncle Joe under his breath. We had dinner around 2 o'clock, and then people went into the living room to talk. I didn't feel like talking, so I went in the family room to play video games. Eventually, I guess Dad had enough of the family too, so he went downstairs to work on his Civil War battlefield. But he forgot to lock the door to the furnace room, and Uncle Joe walked in after him. Uncle Joe seemed pretty interested in what Dad was working on, so Dad told him all about it. Dad gave Uncle Joe this big speech about the 150th Regiment and the role it played at Gettysburg, and spent about a half hour describing the whole battle. But I don't think Uncle Joe was really listening to Dad's speech. He sort of insulted Dad by saying, "Nice toys, big brother." Thanksgiving didn't last too much longer after that. Dad went upstairs and turned up the thermostat until it got stuffy and everyone cleared out. And that's pretty much how Thanksgiving ends every year at our house. December. Saturday. You remember how I said Mom and Dad were going to eventually find out about Roderick's party? Well, it finally happened today. Mom sent Dad out to pick up the pictures from Thanksgiving, and when Dad got back, you could tell he wasn't happy about something. The picture in Dad's hand was from Roderick's party. It looked like one of Roderick's friends accidentally took a picture with Mom's camera, which she keeps on the shelf above the stereo. And when he took the picture, it captured the whole scene. Roderick tried to deny that he had a party, but everything was right there in the picture, so there really wasn't any point. Mom and Dad took away Roderick's car keys and told him his punishment is that he's not allowed to leave the house for a whole month. They were even mad at me because they said I was Roderick's accomplice. So I got hit with a 2-week video game ban. Sunday. Mom and Dad have been all over Roderick's case ever since they found out about his party. Roderick usually sleeps until 2 o'clock in the afternoon on weekends, but today, Dad made Roderick get out of bed by 8 a.m. Making Roderick get out of bed early is a pretty big blow to him, because Roderick loves to sleep. One time last fall, Roderick slept for 36 hours straight. He slept all the way from Sunday night until Tuesday morning, and he didn't even realize he missed a whole day of his life until Tuesday night, when Monday Night Football wasn't on. But it looks like Roderick has found a way around the new 8 o'clock rule. Now, when Dad tells Roderick to get out of bed, Roderick just drags his stuff upstairs with him, and he sleeps on the couch until it's time for dinner. So I guess you gotta give this round to Roderick.
실용의식 문장을 영어로 말해보는 스피킹 시간입니다. 오늘도 6문제 준비했고요. 자, 첫 번째. 난 허프 선생님한테 제출할 것이 아무것도 없었다. I didn't have anything to turn into Mr. Hop. 두 번째, 매일 밤 그 돈 더미 위에서 자는 것이 솔직히 나한테 스트레스였다. Sleeping on that pile of cash every night was really stressing me out. 세 번째, 난 그가 조 삼촌한테 작은 소리로 욕을 하는 걸 들었다. I heard him cursing Uncle Joe under his breath. 네 번째, 매니가 화장실에 발을 다시 들여놓기까지 6달이 걸렸다. It was 6 months before Manny would even step foot in the bathroom again. 다섯 번째, 그가 사진을 찍었을 때 모든 장면이 정확히 포착되었다. When he took the picture, it captured the whole scene. 여섯 번째, 엄마 아빠는 결국 로드릭의 파티를 알아낼 것이다. Mom and Dad were going to eventually find out about Roderick's party. 네, 오늘은 여기까지입니다. 감사합니다.